Hello, I'm Chris Williams and welcome to my rather late video blog for Tuesday the 22nd of June 2010, Budget Day here in the United Kingdom. I'm going to talk about how the British budget announced by George Osborne will be affected me, and also you'll notice there's a bit of a subliminal message to this video blog. Can you see what it is? It's a subliminal message about something I received in the post and my opinion on it. Of course, I've got the camera bit of a wonky angle, so excuse me if I'm not looking at you while I'm talking. I'm consulting with the computer to make sure that you can see me. Right, over my shoulder, you'll see that on my bookcase are some books about Mrs. Thatcher. And indeed, I have a bit of a conservative attitude myself, and I voted Conservative, even though my family support Labour. At the recent election held here in the United Kingdom, at the start of May 2010. But the budget doesn't normally affect me, and indeed it's fair to say that the only effect that the budget has had on me today is the rise in VAT that will be starting from June 2011, because I tend not to go out and buy luxury items, so that won't affect me a great deal. I do notice though that my rail fare from my Pembrokeshire family home up to Cardiff, United Kingdom, will rise from what I approximate will be from £23 to £27, but a 20% increase on the fare. I claim housing benefit, or local housing allowance, as its modified title is known these days for new claimants, and the government have announced that they are going to reform that. About time too, in my opinion. Although I don't get all my housing costs paid for, I think that the system gives me more money than what is reasonable, and indeed, as there is a deficit, I'd be quite happy to have such money that I'm entitled to reduced. And it shouldn't cause me too much difficulty, because I'm unemployed at the moment, as you will know if you're a regular viewer, and I get job seekers allowance as well, and of course, combined job seekers allowance with housing benefit, and you end up with something like £150 that you don't really need. So I think that £150 should return to the state. Like, really, when you have benefits coming in, you have expenses going out, like your accommodation and your food, for instance, then there should be no profiteering from the system at the end of the day. Now, I know some people stick the money in their bank accounts and they use it to further themselves in the future. You can do that if the country is rich, because times are difficult in the United Kingdom, as they are all around the world. So indeed, I'm quite keen on the government getting money from the individual. Now, today being budget day was quite interesting for me, because today I went on the flexible New Deal, but I've been unemployed now for 12 months. This apparently means that my unemployment business is going to be contracted out to another company, and they're going to arrange for me to have work experience. Of course, as I'm new to the job market, I have, apart from my qualifications, I've nothing to offer prospective employees, or employers rather. So that's why I've been unemployed. They've been trying to arrange work preparation and work experience and other work-based things to help me ease my way into the world of work, but due to the economy, apparently, such contracts that they had available with their different companies have been downscaled. Hence, that's why I've been unemployed, doing nothing, just like everyone else. So, not true that I do nothing, but I have been doing some distance learning courses that will hopefully allow me to access postgraduate education in 2011. I have to see if my exams go well with my distance learning course. I think education is the best place to be during a recession. In fact, it's quite funny that I've applied for a number of jobs in the human resources department in the local university, and they keep sending me the same pre-printed "you have been unsuccessful" letter. Maybe the human resources department I've been applying to have an issue with me or something, and they're thinking, "Oh, Chris Williams, we don't want to employ him." That sort of thing. Well, if that is their attitude, well, I wouldn't want to work for such a nasty organisation if that is their attitude. Right, so I've talked about my view on the budget. I think this is one of the first budgets that I can recall where there's been no increase in duty on things I don't use, like cigarettes and alcohol. So normally that's one area where they put up an increase because controversy over child benefit being frozen. Because I got no children, so it doesn't really affect me, but used to be scarce to when I was younger. No, my parents say, Chris, the Conservatives will axe child benefit. Never happened in the end, but I think that it's quite a fair budget, even though the media are saying it's, and also George Osborne himself, the Chancellor, says it's one of the toughest budgets for decades. But I personally will not experience too much problems with it, I don't think. But no, it's normally the case that the budget doesn't really affect me anyway. Okay, yeah, thanks for joining me for this video blog, and until next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.